Good afternoon and welcome to a very warm evening here on the campus of Heritage Hall. Your district champion 19-0 Heritage Hall Chargers taking on the Casady Cyclones tonight. There's a lot of energy and atmosphere here at the ballpark tonight as it is senior night here on the campus of Heritage Hall, and we've got a lot of special things happening around and just honoring a great group of seniors. 5 total here for this Heritage Hall team. Heritage Hall comes in, as we said, 19-0 on the year. They're facing the 5-12 Casady Cyclones. Heritage Hall looking to break the all-time wins record here for Chargers softball. That win total is 19. Heritage Hall tied it on their last outing against Blackwell, a 7-1 winner there for Heritage Hall, and we're going to get right after it with our Nix Patterson feature player of the game tonight. Our Nix Patterson feature player of the game is none other than Kendall Barris. Kendall Barris is arguably, or maybe not arguably, the best defensive catcher in Oklahoma. She's a leader and she's a captain on this team, and has really been since her freshman year. She is nothing short as a coach on the field, and I've been so blessed and lucky to have seen Kendall play and being able to call Heritage Hall softball over the last couple of seasons, and it is just amazing watching Kendall Barris behind the plate. Very good defensively, absolutely nothing gets by her, and you'll watch tonight in this ball game, once a runner gets on base, any runner whatsoever, whoever is playing first, and that is going to be Kiki Jobs tonight. But whoever is playing first better be on your toes, because Kendall Barris will throw it down and try to back pick no matter where you are anytime on the field. So Kendall Barris coming in, career 29 doubles. That's second only to Addie Thompson. We'll be talking about Addie Thompson all night. Addie Thompson, of course, will be pitching here for Heritage Hall, and Addie owns just about every career record here for this Charger softball team. Kendall Barris also 90 hits in her career with Heritage Hall. That's tied 4th overall. 76 runs, which ties her for 6th. 5 triples, also tying her for 6th. 6 home runs, 59 RBIs, and 54 stolen bases, which gives her the absolute #1 slot for career stolen bases here with Heritage Hall. So Kendall Barris is our Nix Patterson featured player of the game, and we're looking for big things for her tonight. We're going to take our first break of the evening. You're watching Heritage Hall softball right here on the ChargerVision Network.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? That means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings, and that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500, or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. I love Joe, Oklahoma.
The elite always work to get better. So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up, because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. And for that reason, Saints march on.
ChargerVision would like to thank 9th Street Parking Lot for their continued support. Visit them online at 9thstreetparkinglot.com to schedule a BARK bus pickup. Coach Kyle Gillum looks forward to spoiling your pups at his first-class facility in downtown OKC. 9th Street Parking Lot, home of the BARK bus. We are minutes away here from first pitch at Charger softball field. Heritage Hall, 19-0 Heritage Hall district champions taking on the 5-12 Casady Cyclones. Casady is coached by Kevin Hoffman. Head coach for Heritage Hall, of course, Jordan Seymour in his 2nd season. 30-7 overall record, which equates to an .811 winning percentage. Assistant coaches here for your Chargers, Alexis Thompson, Allie Webb, and Trudy Taylor from the class of 2020. So great staff that Coach Seymour has assembled here for the Chargers, and it shows this year. Unbelievable, obviously, best record overall, and this is by far the best start that we've ever seen here. Scoring of 115 runs scored on the year, only 8 allowed. That is less than a half a run per game allowed by this team, and that's become mainly due to the work of Addie Thompson and Kiki Jobs both. But Addie Thompson comes in tonight. She'll be on the mound for your Chargers. Addie Thompson comes in on the year 12-0, a .01 ERA. 67 innings pitched, 151 strikeouts, and she actually in the last 3 games have picked up 31 of those in her last 2 outings over the last 3 games. So Heritage Hall on a roll. The last time that we were with you here on ChargerVision was a 3-0 winning 3-0 win over the Perry Maroons. And since then their last 3, Heritage Hall has gone 8-1 over Hennessy. In that game, Thompson struck out 18, allowed 1 hit and 1 run over 7 innings of play. Also went 3 for 3 at the plate with a solo home run in the top of the 5th and a double in the 1st inning. Heritage Hall had 13 hits on the night. And we're going to go to PA here in just a little bit as we await the singing of the national anthem. That is going to be from the lower school in Mr. H's class. So we're going to take it right to PA, and we'll be joining you right back after the singing of our national anthem.
Division I softball players and multiple academic rock stars, and the people in their lives that supported them along the way. Now taking the field, our lower school music teachers, Mr. H and Mrs. Chapney, and our lower school division head, Mrs. Moore. The group of students auditioned to be here tonight, so I know we're in for a treat, and they will be leading us in the singing of our national anthem. We'll all rise, remove your caps.
Well, it doesn't get much better than that, an annual senior night tradition. Mr. H from the lower school music department, always doing a great job with the lower school music. So back to where we were going in the last 3. So 2 games ago, Heritage Hall had a 10-0 lead over Hennessy. Scored 6 runs in the 2nd inning. Kiki Jobs threw in that one, only giving up 1 hit. 0 runs scored in 9 Ks over 4 innings due to the run rule in effect. Addie Thompson and J.C. Hernandez in that. 2 hits each and 8 stolen bases as a team. So last game out, Heritage Hall 7, Blackwell 1. That was Kendall Barris and Riley Seymour accounting for 4 of the 8 hits, having 2 hits apiece. Addie Thompson gave up 2 hits, 1 run scored, and 13 strikeouts on the night. So Heritage Hall is rolling. And that's going to get us right to the Joe Cooper Auto Group Keys to Victory from Coach Seymour. So the Heritage Hall, the Joe Cooper Auto Group keys to victory is score early and often. Heritage Hall has done that more recently than they did early on in the season, really getting the sticks and the offense going here late into the season. Heritage Hall has this game and then one more game on the 25th at Casady to finalize the 2025 season, where district play will start and then regionals will begin on October the 2nd, and Heritage Hall is hoping to once again host a regional here on the campus of Heritage Hall. We're going to take it to the field real fast as we get the throwing out of the first pitch, and that is going to be Mr. H, to be handled by catcher Kendall Barris. Great crowd on hand here at Charger Field. Mr. H in the full windup, goes underhanded, hits the dirt in the white pants. So Mr. H bringing the power, bringing the energy there on the first pitch. Good job, Mr. H. We'll get back to those Joe Cooper Auto Group keys to victory. Score early and often. Heritage Hall's done a lot better job of that with the sticks as of lately. And then dominate in the pitcher's circle. I don't know how much more dominant Heritage Hall can be on the year between Addie Thompson and Kiki Jobs. That's a record of 19-0. That is amazing. 211 strikeouts between the duo, so not much better production you can get from the pitcher's circle than that. And then aggressive offense. We talked about that. Scoring early and scoring often, aggressive offense. We've seen that Heritage Hall is always at their best whenever they get early in the counts, and then they attack pitches early in the count, and they're very aggressive at the plate, and we've seen them be very effective doing that as of late. So we're about to take our last break, and we'll be back with you with first pitch. You're watching Heritage Hall softball right here on the ChargerVision Network.
Into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country, standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
Welcome back to Charger softball as Addie Thompson completes her warm-up pitches, and we'll get right to the starting lineup in defensive starting lineup here for your Chargers. Kendall Barris right there, our Nix Patterson featured player of the game, starting behind the plate. Amelia Smith, senior at third base. Emerson Callahan over at second base. J.C. Hernandez playing first base tonight. Kiki Jobs, of course, Addie Thompson in the pitcher's circle. Janelle Johnson gets the start in left field tonight for the Chargers. Kenzie Wells in center field, and then Finley Ram, senior Finley Ram in right field. Her first start of the year, her first action of the year, actually. So good to see that. 5 seniors in the lineup tonight for Heritage Hall. That is Kendall Barris, Amelia Smith, Addie Thompson, Kiki Jobs, and Finley Ram as we get underway here in the top of the first inning. Casady is going to bring to the plate Mattingly Bard, Grace Roby, and Brooklyn Wells. The shortstop, the second baseman, and the pitcher here for the Cyclones, Addie Thompson, looks in, and we are underway here at Charger Stadium, senior night, Heritage Hall. First pitch, very hard strike, throws it right past Bard. Good start for Addie. Addie works best when she works on top. As we said, Addy comes in 12-0 on the year. .10 ERA. It's unheard of. 67 innings pitched, 22 base on balls, struck out 151, and that's going to be on top of the count real fast here for Addy Thompson, going quick, up 0-2. On the Casady shortstop. Great job by Mr. H and all of the lower school, as he always does. He's been doing that for a number of years. That one's upstairs. That's going to be strikeout number 1 for Addy Thompson. That's going to bring to the plate the second baseman, Grace Roby, for the Cyclones. Thompson working on top, making quick work of Bard. Nothing but strikes and hard strikes so far for Addy Thompson. One out here, we're just getting underway. Warm afternoon and evening here for senior night for Heritage Hall. Stick around after the broadcast. There'll be a nice presentation for all 5 of the seniors who have contributed so mightily to this Heritage Hall program over the past 4 years. You don't want to miss that. So that'll be directly following last pitch and the conclusion of this game. Addy Thompson looks in. 1-1 count here on the Casady second baseman, Grace Roby. Like we said, Heritage Hall 12-0 and District 19-0 overall. Coach Seymour doing a great job here in his second season, mounting a 30-7 record over 2 seasons. Coach Seymour, of course, 100-plus wins over on the baseball diamond. State championship to his name, so he is definitely has the pedigree of winning and knows how to get the teams to where they need to be, and we're seeing that evident this season so much with these young ladies. That ball is hit on the ground over to J.C. Hernandez, fields it, throws it over to Kiki Jobs, and that's good for out number 2. Good play. J.C. Hernandez has been automatic all year over there at second base. Just a freshman, J.C. Hernandez. Very freshman-heavy squad. Tonight, only 3 freshmen in the lineup. That's Kinsey Wells, the center fielder. It's Janelle Johnson getting the start in left field, and then J.C. Hernandez there at second base with Finley Ram, the senior, getting the start in right field for the Chargers. First pitch misses up. 1-0 count, two outs here in the top of the first inning. Heritage Hall is going to bring to the plate Kendall Barris, Amelia Smith, and Addy Thompson. A little bit different of a lineup today than we've seen in prior games, with the seniors, of course, getting top priority today. They have paid their dues here for this Charger softball team, and they will be rewarded as such. Brooklyn Wells, the Cyclone pitcher, up to the plate now. 1-1 count. Fouled that one off to even up the count. Ball is swung on. Nice piece of hitting there for Brooklyn Wells. Nice hard single past Emerson Callahan over there at shortstop. So that's going to be the first hit of the game for Casady. And that's going to bring to the plate Caitlin Shaver, the catcher, left-handed hitting catcher. So first hit on the day comes from the 3-hole, the pitcher Brooklyn Wells. Watch Kendall Barris here behind the plate. She loves to do the back pick. Kiki Jobs is ready for it over there at first base, as she always has to be. Scouting report on Casady. Top 3 batters will compete. And we saw that right there with the 3-hole Brooklyn Wells getting it started for the Cyclones. That ball is swung on and missed upstairs, evening the count at 1-1. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Casady has struggled to fill up a lineup regularly. Top 3 or 4 hitters, the strength. Ball is swung on and missed. Nice pitch by Thompson, looking for her second strikeout of the day. The other out coming, of course, the ground ball to J.C. Hernandez over to Kiki Jobs for out number 2 of the inning. Ball misses. Evening up the count, 2-2. Looking for a breeze here at Charger Field. Little bit of it blowing out right as I asked for it, so I'll keep asking for it all night long. Kind of a stagnant night. But as busy, as full as these stands are, I think we're blocking some of that. So people wrapped around everywhere in the stands, and that's going to be strikeout number 2. It's a great job right there by Addie Thompson getting the Cyclone catcher to chase a ball upstairs. So 1 hit on, no runs for Casady here in the top of the first inning. Coming up to the plate for the Chargers, the catcher Kendall Barris, third baseman Amelia Smith, and the pitcher Addie Thompson. Charger Esports is underway. Today, the first ever Apex Legends squad at the Hall will begin their season. Aiden Lawson and Cooper Fowler begin their Gran Turismo 7 seasons. Our iRacers will be riding dirty in the Dirt Track Series on Wednesday. On Thursday, the Rocket League squad will be back in action along with FC25 competitor Jack Holloway. This weekend, 2 teams of Chargers will compete in Fortnite. That's going to be John Hayes and Terrence Johnson. And Sawyer Hill and Preston Banks. Follow at the Hall Esports on Instagram and TikTok for all of the latest. Another fall sport doing incredible things, Charger Esports. Charger Cheer also had a spirited performance at regionals over at Chickasha over the weekend to capture the runner-up trophy and qualify for the state meet this weekend in Tulsa Union. Stay tuned for details about what to wear, when to arrive, and what our ladies will take them at. Charger Nation, let's cheer them onward and help them take state. So always great to see the Charger Spirit Squad out there doing great things. Have some state titles under their belts as well. So this will be no different on a state title run. Brooklyn Wells, number 23, the pitcher for the Cyclones, finishing up her warm-up pitches as Heritage Hall looking to get the bats going early here in the bottom of the first inning. If you're just joining us, Coach Seymour asking the team to score early and score often. Dominate in the pitcher's circle and have some aggressive at-bats. Have some aggressive swings in the box, and I think you're going to see that from especially the top 4 people in this lineup. Always get their money's worth. Kendall Barris, Amelia Smith, Addie Thompson, and Kiki Jobs. As the throw goes down by Roby, the Cyclone catcher. Kendall Barris steps in. Barris steps into the at the plate. Comes into this game hitting .300 with 4 doubles, 8 RBI, 8 runs, and 8 stolen bases. Of course, as we talked about, Kendall Barris is the all-time leader in stolen bases here at Heritage Hall for her career. Comes in with 54. Looking to add to that with final regular season games among us. And then also getting into postseason play in districts, regionals, and hopefully a big state tournament run as that ball misses. High and away, up and away for ball 1 on the Charger leadoff hitter. That ball is hit. Oh, just foul down the line. Good hack by Kendall Barris. Just missed it foul. That had double written all over it, possibly triple if it could have got rattling around over there in the fenced area in foul territory. So Kendall Barris will step back into the plate, count even at 1-1. Up next for Casady, following the game tonight against Heritage Hall, they will be at Little Axe. And then they will face this Heritage Hall team again at home, of course, in their place, just right down the street here from Heritage Hall. And then finish up their season versus the OKC Broncos. 6-1 in their district for Cassie. This is a non-district game for Heritage Hall. Heritage Hall, of course, the district winner. Perry finishing second, 9-3 in the district, and then followed by Alba, 8-4. That ball misses down and in, so that's going to be 3-1 count here on the Charger leadoff hitter, doing what a good leadoff hitter does, work the count, get deep into the count, and get on base. Barris once again. Just out in front of that ball, hits it hard down the line, foul ball. So this is going to bring us to a full count. Let's see what Brooklyn Wells here has for the Charger catcher. Great crowd, like I said, on hand tonight for senior night. You see it from that outfield camera. And our vantage point, that ball's popped up. It's being called by the second baseman. Might be having trouble with it. She did get there. That was Grace Roby calling it off and gloving it for the first out of the inning. So that's going to bring to the plate senior third baseman Amelia Smith. Number 24, Amelia Smith comes in hitting .370 on the year, 5 doubles, a home run, 7 RBIs, 16 runs scored, 9 stolen bases. Kendall Barris, an aggressive hack, first pitch right past the third baseman, fielded out there. So good piece of hitting by Amelia Smith, exactly what the coach ordered. And that's going to be the first hit on the day for Heritage Hall. Nice piece of hitting there, Amelia Smith taking the first pitch. Hard shot past the shortstop over there for Casady. Mattingly barred. So this is going to bring up Addie Thompson. Charger pitcher coming into the game, 609 on the year, 8 doubles, 3 home runs, 19 RBI. Yes, and if you are questioning me, you heard it exactly right. That is a 609 average for Addie Thompson as Amelia Smith takes off and she scores. She's at third. Coach Seymour's bringing her in. He might send her all the way around, and she is. She's going to be rounding third, coming to the plate, and that's going to be the first run of the game for Heritage Hall. Amelia Smith on the attempted stolen base. The ball goes into the outfield, and she scores all the way from second base for the first run of the game for the Chargers. We'll give Amelia a stolen base and 2 bases on the error. So Heritage Hall breaks the scoring open first. 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Good aggressive piece of running there by Amelia Smith, and you expect nothing else from her. We've seen diving catches. We've seen sliding all over the place. Amelia Smith is one of those ball players that will never leave the ballpark with a clean uniform. That ball misses away. That's going to run the count to 2-0 here on Addie Thompson. Kiki Jobs, first baseman, waits on deck. Kiki Jobs having a huge year in her own right. She'll be followed by Janelle Jones. Janelle Johnson, freshman. Wrote her name wrong there on my roster. We've got it fixed. We won't happen again. That's a 3-0 count on Addie Thompson. Trying to work another base runner that we'll try to get into scoring position. Get some early runs on the board here on senior night. That ball is called strike. That's one thing when you have these special evenings, homecomings and senior nights, boy, you sure want your best foot forward at all times. It's such a big time for all of these athletes across campus and across every sport that have given their all over the course of their career here at Heritage Hall. And that ball misses out, so that's going to be a five pitch walk for. Oh, they're just calling. I believe that is ball 4. I believe that is definitely ball 4. Yeah, we've got ball 4. We got ball 4. Yeah, that is ball 4. So that's going to be a base on balls for Addie Thompson. The first one given up on the day by Wells. So that's going to bring to the plate. Yeah, definitely ball 4. They didn't ask us, Price, but if they would, we would have told them. We would have let them know, set them straight. They didn't want our opinion, but we gave it anyway, which is what we do here when we have the microphone. But this is going to bring up Kiki Job, senior first baseman. Comes in on the night, 362 on the year, 6 doubles, triple home run, 11 RBI, 11 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. Unbelievable year. Expect to see Addie Thompson on the move right here for the Chargers, probably pretty quick. Not on that pitch. Addie Thompson's one that can run very well And we kind of saw what we saw with the Amelia Smith stolen base. Let's see if we can manufacture another one here, Coach Seymour. Janelle Johnson awaits on deck for the Chargers. That ball swung on. It is popped up high. Shortstop calling for it. That is Mattingly Bard. She gloves it for the second out of the inning. So Kiki Job pops to the shortstop Bard. So that's going to bring up Janelle Johnson. 1 for 1 on the year, 2 RBIs, a run, a stolen base. Good to see the young Johnson getting some playing time tonight. See if she can do something with it. Finley Ram is on deck for the Chargers. The senior seeing her first action of the year for Coach Seymour. Ball to miss outside, and that is Addie Thompson on the run. She goes in standing up, and she is called out. You'd like to see your players get dirty, no matter what. So she is called out, tagged out on the leg. Coach Seymour just gives her a little coaching right there, no problem. We're going to take a break. You're watching Heritage Hall Softball right here on the ChargerVision Network.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? That means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings. And that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500, or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. I love Oklahoma.
The elite always work to get better. So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up, because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. And for that reason, Saints march on.
Zone up in the strike up in the zone for Addie Thompson. Catching up again with some other Charger alumni. Janiah Woods, she's a freshman there at Missouri Valley College. We've seen her over the last couple of years in the record books for home runs, all-time home runs here at Heritage Hall. And then Emily Chard, freshman up at Lake Forest College. So all of the Heritage Hall softball alumni looking to start the 25-26 season in the spring. Looking forward to watching them and seeing big things for them. That's a nice hard strike, evening up the count 1-1. Three young ladies that contributed mightily here at Heritage Hall. Their names appear up and down the record books here. Ball is called strike right down the middle. Addie Thompson looking good early. Looking strong as normal. Final district standings pretty much Heritage Hall, followed by Perry, Alva, Chisholm, Blackwell, Hennessy, and Millwood. And that ball is swung on and missed. Very foul tips, but it is squeezed by Kendall Barris. That's going to be the second strikeout of the inning, fourth for the game for Addie Thompson. Coming to the plate for the Cyclones, center fielder Caroline Heslett. If you're just joining us, it's senior night here for Heritage Hall softball. Stick with us following the broadcast, the end of this ball game. We will be announcing our Seth Wadley Auto Power Promise player of the game, but we will not have interviews tonight with our player of the game or Coach Seymour due to the senior festivities that will occur right after the ball game. But stick around, we'll take it to PA. Help us cheer on these very important seniors to this softball program. 0-2 count here. And that ball is a strike right down the middle. That's a strikeout looking for the center fielder, Heslett. Addie Thompson, 5 strikeouts early in this game through 2 innings. Coming up for the Chargers will be outfielder Janelle Johnson, who was at the plate when Addie Thompson was caught stealing, followed by Finley Ram, right fielder. And then the second baseman, J.C. Hernandez. A huge 3 Points Land is proud to support the Chargers, and the Chargers are proud to have them on our team. 3 Points Land is leading the industry in land services. For energy innovation, visit 3pointsland.com to learn more. Charger Cross Country ran well at Jones Longhorn Invitational with both men's and women's teams capturing 3rd place out of 9 teams. For the men, Dylan Orcott medaled in 6th place and Finn Martin in 9th. For the women, Kaylee Norman and Berkeley Moore pushed themselves to finish 8th and 9th respectively. Up next for the Hall is the Cameron University Invitational on Friday. If you haven't had a chance, get out and support some Heritage Hall sports here in the fall. A lot of them going on and a lot of them about to make a big, deep state title run. I'd like to thank tonight's crew for ChargerVision. Preston Banks, Brody Mazier, and of course, Price Brown, always running the show. No better broadcast than the ChargerVision broadcast that you see day in and day out, covering all of the sports here on the campus of Heritage Hall High School and away and abroad. So this is going to bring up Janelle Johnson, as we said, came into the game 1-1. 1 for 1 on the year, 2 RBIs, run, stolen base. Resuming her at bat from the first inning. Finley Ram on deck, J.C. Hernandez in the hole. We've got the walk-up music going tonight by Coach Sullivan down there. Announcing the girls' names, love it. Great atmosphere in the ballpark tonight as Johnson takes that one. On the lower end of the strike zone, called strike. Casady brought a good crowd. Casady located just a few miles south of Heritage Hall here. Nice rivalry. Used to be a rivalry played on the gridiron as well. The Polo Bowl, if you were familiar with this, over the years, played the Polo Bowl for 44 years from 1972 to 2015. Till there were some district changes on the Casady side. And, boy, that would be one of those rivalries that you would like to see come back in every sport here. Always a good time getting Casady and Heritage Hall on the field together as that ball is swung on and fouled off to the right side. Johnson a little late catching up on that fastball from Wells. So that's going to put us at a 1-2 count here on the Charger 5 hole. Ball. Oh, that ball. I was about to say that ball misses outside, but that is called a strike. Maybe a little bit off the plate, but that is going to be a called strike. Strikeout looking for Janelle Johnson. So this is going to bring up Finley Ram. No stats on the year. Finley's first action of the year. Started off early, went through some injury problems, and then has been playing the manager duties up until this point, but now a senior in the starting lineup tonight for the Chargers. Let's see if Finley can get something started here in the bottom of the second inning for the Chargers. She takes strike one right off the outside part of the plate. The freshman phenom J.C. Hernandez on deck, hitting .362 on the year. Normally up in the 2 or 5 hole in the lineup as Ram swings on for strike 2. And that is swung on. Strikeout number 2 on the day for Brooklyn Wells. On one base on balls. So this is going to be J.C. Hernandez, as we said, .362 on the year, 6 doubles. Triple home run, 11 RBI. 11 runs scored. No, I'm sorry. That is incorrect. .362 on the year. .362, Kiki Jobs and J.C. Hernandez are both hitting .362. So I started reading the box line, the stat line for Casey Job when I just saw the .362. So let's get that right. .362, a double. 2 triples, 10 RBI, 12 runs, 8 stolen bases on the year for J.C. Hernandez. Third on the team in stolen bases. A lot of runners on this team. Emerson Callahan comes in with 11. Kinsey Wells has 12. So a lot of these young players, freshmen and sophomore, tearing up the base pass for these Chargers. J.C. Hernandez, good eye, 2-0 count here early. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Heritage Hall up 1-0. Ball misses down and in for ball 3. One base on balls given up so far on the day by Wells. That came to Addie Thompson in the first inning. .30 pitch right down the middle, called strike. Bringing the count to 3-1 here for Hernandez. Pitch counts don't really matter here in softball near as much as in baseball. I was about to pull those up, and that's a ball 4 there to Hernandez. Second free pass given by Wells. So that brings to the plate the shortstop sophomore Emerson Callahan, also having an incredible year. All of the freshmen in this lineup, it has been impressive. Actually, Emerson Callahan's a sophomore, but the freshmen and the only sophomore in the lineup, Emerson Callahan, have been highly impressive in this campaign, this 2025 season here for the Chargers. That is called strike 1 on the outside corner. Emerson Callahan comes in hitting .340 with 6 doubles. 7 RBI, 12 runs scored, 11 stolen bases on the year. First time I recall in recent history with so many double-digit stolen base leaders. Totals here for this team. Callahan swings on. It's aggressive. That is Hernandez. That ball is also thrown into center field. Fielded by the center fielder trying to get it in. Hernandez is going to be held at third base. But that is going to be a successful stolen base for J.C. Hernandez. Moves up to third on the throw from the catcher into the outfield. Good job out there by Heslett. Caroline Heslett backing that play up. Holding J.C. Hernandez at third, which what they were not able to do with Amelia Smith in the first inning, which is how Heritage Hall scored their only run in this contest. And that's going to be strikeout for out number 3, so Heritage Hall leaves Hernandez stranded over there at third base. First base runner left on base for the Chargers today. And with that, as we head into the top of the third inning, we're going to take a break. You're watching Heritage Hall Softball right here on the ChargerVision Network.
walk into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country, standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
Heritage Hall Performing Arts presents Once Upon a Mattress, a funny spin on The Princess and the Pea that made Carol Burnett a star back in the 1960s. In the HHPA production, junior Stella Gebhardt takes center stage with a riotously funny star-making turn of her own. Showtimes are Friday and Saturday, September 26th and 27th at 7 p.m. Sunday, September 28th at 3 p.m. Get your seats today at heritagehall.com/tickets. There's a note here. A lot of our crew pool is missing on our broadcast today due to technical rehearsals for Once Upon a Mattress, excuse me. We are going to be broadcasting that as well, so a lot of the production folks over there doing a rehearsal, technical rehearsal for that. Great program. You've got to get out there and see the Heritage Hall Performing Arts, one of the top in the state year in and year out. Abigail Jacobs is at the plate, the right fielder for the Cyclones. 1-1 count here starting in the top of the third inning. Jacobs swings through that one. Ball got by her pretty fast on that. So Addie Thompson works on top of the count again. 1-2 count. Heritage Hall still clinging to a 1-0 lead here in the third. That ball's fouled off straight back. Chargers looking to get some sticks going. Top of the lineup coming up for the Chargers here in the bottom of the third inning. Addie Thompson trying to get those sticks back in those hands of her teammates. The ball misses high. Good job by Kendall Barris. Kendall Barris is a player that I haven't heard of any commitments yet from Barris, but boy, it just seems like a next level type player, along with Amelia Smith as well. Addie Thompson, of course, that is strikeout number 6 on the day for Addie Thompson. Hard strike there to Abigail Jacobs, which brings up left fielder Dee Dee Douglas. 6th strikeout on the day. Addie Thompson, of course, Michigan commit. Very well deserving. Michigan's going to get a great player. Other commit on the team, Kiki Jobs, committed to Missouri, Kansas City. The Kangaroos. So Kiki Jobs looking to play at the next level, and a player that's bound to do great things as well. That ball rifles off the fence right in front of us for ball 1. At the plate, the left fielder, Dee Dee Douglas, the 9-hole hitter for the Cyclones. Waiting on deck is leadoff hitter Mattingly Bard, the shortstop. As we said, Kendall Barris, our Nix Patterson feature player of the game today, very well deserving. I've always been this year so enamored with how close-knit this team is, how these young ladies play for themselves and very humble in their approach to everything they do. And it has shown. 19-0 record ties the all-time high ever here on this diamond, on this campus, in these pinstripes. A win today bests that record, will go in the history books as the most winningest team in Charger softball history. Coach Seymour looking to not stop there, looks to keep adding to those totals. Nice hard strike up in the zone from Addie Thompson. So that's going to run the count 2-2, 1 out here in the top of the third inning. Cyclone leadoff hitter waits on deck. And that is called third strike. Great pitch. Virtually an impossible pitch to hit at that velocity and at that location, down and in, right on the black, right at the knees. Ball that ran in on the hitter, Douglas. All she could do is watch that one go by, so that's going to bring up Mattingly Bard, the shortstop. Bard struck out swinging in the first inning to start off the game for the Cyclones. Called strike there on pitch number 1 to Bard. All but one out has come from the strikeout variety so far. The only out, not strikeout, was Gracie Roby, who stands on deck, who grounded out to J.C. Hernandez over at second base in the first inning. No base on balls so far for Addie Thompson. No, she loves that stat. She loves to work efficient as she is. That ball's fouled straight back. That's going to run the count to 1-2. That breeze still has not picked up on a very, very warm evening here in September, late September. Swung on, foul strike back, straight back. Bears unable to find it off the bat. Teammates did a good job pointing and showing her where that ball was. Kiki Jobs was en route. Amelia Smith also en route. So Bard will get another crack at the 1-2 pitch from Thompson. That ball is swung on and missed for strikeout number 8 of the game for Addie Thompson. That's going to retire the side for the Cyclones. 1 hit so far in 3 innings for the Cyclones. Addie Thompson doing what Addie Thompson does. Due up for the Chargers, center fielder Kinsey Wells. Kinsey Wells is not your typical 9-hole hitter where she's hitting today. She has been in the leadoff slot for the last few games here for the Chargers, hitting in the 9-hole today. Followed by the leadoff hitter Kendall Barris, and then Amelia Smith due up for the Chargers. A big shout out to CBS Sports Radio 105.3 for empowering ChargerVision this season. The station does a great job shining a spotlight on high school teams and players from around the state, including our very own Heritage Hall Chargers, tuned to 105.3 FM on your radio for some great sports talk from the KINB crew. I don't know if you caught the broadcast this past Friday, but Miles Perry was on the broadcast calling the Heritage Hall Millwood game here from Pop Murray Field. It was the first home game of the year. So Miles Perry and the Perry family, was action from Miles Perry and the Perry family, a great Heritage Hall family, been here for a number of years now, and a great sponsor here for ChargerVision. And we appreciate all of our sponsors for ChargerVision, which allows us to bring you the wonderful broadcast year in and year out, game in and game out. So here we go. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Heritage Hall leading by the score of 1-0. That run came on an attempted steal or a stolen base by Amelia Smith. The ball was thrown into center field. Amelia was able to score from second on the play. That was back in the 1st inning for Chargers' only run here in this contest. Well, there's a guy that just walked in right here. Man, I feel like we have royalty in front of us right now. Some of the football players out to take in some softball tonight. First pitch misses high, ball 1. Kinsey Wells will be followed by Kendall Barris and Amelia Smith. Kinsey Wells, strong ball. That's hit to center field. That hit was hit right to Heslett out there in center. Heslett did a good job on that first step, moving to her left to track that ball down. Nice line drive out by Kinsey Wells to the center fielder Heslett. That's going to bring up Kendall Barris. Flew out to the second baseman, popped out to the second baseman in the 1st inning. Heritage Hall trying to produce some runs, get some around. Addie Thompson pitching daylights, and that ball's hit hard right at the shortstop and just right at him. That's the 3rd ball right now that we have hit in the first 3 innings that have been right at the Cyclone defenders. That's a good job there by Bard, just gloving that one and sending a strike over there to the first baseman. Alice Sun for the 2nd out. Quick 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. So that's going to bring up Amelia Smith. Amelia Smith with the lone hit for the Chargers back in the 1st inning. That was a single to the left side. just to the right of the shortstop, Bard. Other than that, 2 bases on balls for the Chargers. 3 strikeouts for Wells for the Cyclones. Amelia Smith files it off to the right side. Doesn't quite make it to the parking lot, so everything is safe over there. Casady will send to the plate in the top of the 4th inning. The second baseman, Roby, the pitcher, Wells, the catcher, Shaver. Ball swung on. That ball is hit, and it is hit deep. It's in the gap. It is going to be down for at least a double. It looks like Amelia Smith is being held at second base, and that's a 2-out double for Amelia Smith here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with Addie Thompson coming to the plate. Second hit of the day for Amelia Smith. Already trying to put her name in once again for the Seth Wadley Auto Power Promise Player of the Game. She's had 1 so far this year already. Probably could have had a couple of more. So a 2-out double for Amelia Smith. That brings up Addie Thompson, who drew the base on balls in the 1st inning, was caught stealing. Takes some off of it, does Wells. Trying to get Addie Thompson to get out on that front foot. Addie Thompson with a good eye. That ball was well outside. Heritage Hall trying to get some sort of rally going, put some runners on the bases. Wells has done it, and that ball is hit down the line. That's a fair ball. Here comes Amelia Smith. She's going to score easily. And there is Addie Thompson pulling up for the stand-up double, RBI double. And that ball is thrown into the outfield, not far enough away. And there's Amelia Smith, the spark plug for this team and has been all year, scoring her 2nd run of the day and the 2nd run for the Chargers. So that's Addie Thompson coming along again with a 2-out RBI double for the 3rd hit of the game for the Chargers. And this is going to bring up Kiki Jobs. Flew out to the shortstop, popped out to the shortstop in the 1st inning. Has her friend Addie Thompson on second base, looking to bring her in. 2nd double, consecutive double for the Chargers here in the 3rd inning to get things going. A good eye there by Kiki Jobs. Looked like she wanted that there for her 2nd. Opted to lay off of it. Good choice. Ball 1 from Wells. The Missouri-Kansas City Kangaroo commit, Kiki Jobs, has also taken a bulk of the pitching duties for the Chargers this year as well. That ball swung on, and it's hit down the line. If it's fair, oh, that's a foul ball. That ball bounced over the fence. It's in the woods. Kiki Jobs wanted all of that one and just about had it. Just a bit foul by about a foot. Evening up the count at 1-1 with 2 outs. Here in the top of the bottom of the 3rd inning for your Chargers. Threatening once again with a runner in scoring position. That runner is Addie Thompson. Ball bounces in. It's a good job there by Shaver to keep that ball in front of her. That would have for sure been another base for Addie Thompson to be standing at 3rd base. Kiki Job works the count here to 2-1. Janelle Johnson, we're going to have a pinch hitter on deck. That ball misses out. So it looks like we've got Riley Seymour on deck right now that is going to be hitting for Janelle Johnson. That's going to be number 2, Riley Seymour, should we get there. So 3-1 count on Kiki, and I'm guarantee you she wants to see one right down the middle so she can deposit it somewhere. Get her an RBI in the book. And there it is. It's hit to the 3rd baseman. It rolls up on the arm. It's going to be a tough play. Kiki Jobs legs it out. I think that is going to be an error on the 3rd baseman for the 2nd error of the day for the Cyclones, but that's good enough to move Addie Thompson up to 3rd base. Kiki Jobs reaches safely at 1st on the E5. So second error of the day for the Casady Cyclones. And we have a pinch hitter. This is going to be Riley Seymour coming up. Freshman, been in the lineup all year long. Did not get the start today. Freshman outfielder, 2 people on base. Heritage Hall's only left 1 on base tonight. That was J.C. Hernandez in the second inning. Was left stranded at third base. Heritage Hall with 1 run in so far. Amelia Smith scored. Presley Howarth was going to come in and pinch run for Addie Thompson at third base. You would suspect that Kiki Jobs will be on the move right here, first pitch, to get 2 runners in scoring position for Riley Seymour. Riley Seymour had a very nice game. A couple of games ago, the last game, the win over Blackwell, 7-1. Kendall Bears and Riley Seymour had 2 hits apiece. Counted for 4 of the total 8 hits for Heritage Hall between the two. See if Riley Seymour can keep that hot streak going right here with runners in scoring position. There it is. Kiki Jobs is on the move. There is no throw. So it's all set up nicely for Riley Seymour, who takes ball 1 on the pitch. Heritage Hall looking to break it open here in the third inning. Behind a dominant pitching performance once again by Addie Thompson, 8 strikeouts through 3. That ball misses out, 2-0. Riley Seymour in for Janelle Johnson. Ball is swung on, hit to the third baseman, throws it across the diamond to Sun. And Casady gets out of the inning, averts a lot of trouble once again. Heritage Hall leaves 2 runners on, following the 5-3 putout by Riley Seymour. We'll take a break. You're watching Heritage Hall softball right here on the ChargerVision Network.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? It means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings, and that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500, or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. I love you, Oklahoma.
The elite always work to get better. So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orturgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up, because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. And for that reason, Saints march on.
Injectable Aesthetics proudly supports the Chargers. Look on the outside as young as you feel on the inside. Follow us at Injectable Aesthetics OKC on Instagram for more info. So coming to the plate for Casady in the top of the 4th inning. Heritage Hall clinging on to a very small 2-0 lead here in this ballgame. Heritage Hall getting the sticks alive there in the 3rd, but unable to capitalize on it. Second baseman Grace Roby, followed by the pitcher Wells and the catcher Shaver. Roby grounded out to J.C. Hernandez in the 1st inning for the only out that has not come via strikeout for the Cyclones, as Roby takes strike 1 right there to lead off the top of the 4th inning. Remember, stay tuned with ChargerVision at the conclusion of this contest, where we will go to the live ceremony for senior night here, for the 5 seniors being honored for their contribution to the Heritage Hall program. Hard strike upstairs, 0-2 here on Robbie. Swung on, foul tip, squeezed by Barris. Strikeout number 9 on the day. Going to bring to the plate Brooklyn Wells, the only Cyclone credited with a hit tonight. That was a single in the first inning, the only hit on the night. Looking back to our Joe Cooper Auto Group keys to victory, score early and often from Coach Seymour, dominating the pitcher circle and aggressive offense. 2 of the 3 so far. Pitcher circle has been as dominant as I've seen of the domination that I've witnessed. And then aggressive offense, you've seen a lot of balls hit down the line. You've seen line drives hit, aggressive hacks early in the count. A couple of hard hit balls just right at the Cyclone defenders so far. So we haven't scored early and often yet, but being very aggressive at the plate. When you swing the bat like that, those balls start to find holes out there. Evens up the count 1-1 here on the Cyclone pitcher. As we said, Heritage Hall's next action is on the 25th at Casady, this same Casady team. Oh, she just pulls the string on that. Takes a lot off of it. Nice, beautiful change up there by Thompson. Ahead in the count now, 1-2 to Wells. Casady still haven't had a runner to second base yet on the night. Ball's hit right to Amelia Smith. Throw is high. Got almost in the sun line there for Kiki Jobs. Jobs able to snag it, go up high and get it for out number 2 here in the 4th inning. 5-3 put out for Wells. That's going to bring to the plate the catcher, Shaver. Caitlin Shaver struck out in the first inning. Addie Thompson still pitching a one-hitter. Due up for Heritage in the bottom of the 4th will be Finley Ram, J.C. Hernandez, and Emerson Callahan. So 2 ground outs, the rest are strikeouts here for the Cyclone hitters. Through 3 2/3. Good eye right there by Shaver, moving the count to 2-0. Addie Thompson came in tonight. 683 strikeouts in her career. Well ahead of second place. Last time I checked, it was by about 250 strikeouts. But that seems to go up by about 13 to 18 every game. 2-1 count. That ball's fouled off. Amelia Smith giving it a look. Runs right into the fence. The foul fence there, it's like she didn't see it. Almost attempted to approach that ball like an outfielder going into the outfield wall, running blind. She was running face up to that fence and still smashed into it. So that's the Amelia Smith you get. She will give her all every single play and every minute of every game. So evens up the count 2-2, and that's Spire. That is strikeout number 10 on the day, getting in double-digit strikeouts for Addie Thompson. Excellent piece of pitching. It almost becomes, I was talking to Addie after the last game, Addie being our Seth Wadley Auto Power Promise player of the game following the win over the Perry Maroons 3-0 at Heritage Hall, our last broadcast. And I asked Addie, I was talking to her, and it's hard sometimes not to take it for granted, if you will. Every outing is just so dominant, and the numbers that she puts up are just absolutely staggering. And, you want to always acknowledge the greatness that you see out there, but sometimes when it happens so often, it's human nature that we forget how special it really is. So it's just an incredible career, and one of the seniors that will be honored tonight. It's been such a pleasure watching Addie Thompson play. And looks like we're going to have another pinch hitter here for Finley Ram. Looks like that's going to be Blakely Standish coming in. Blakely has seen the starting lineup all year long, another one of the freshman phenoms that we have here at Heritage. Came from a great middle school program here at the Hall. So this is going to be Blakely Standish coming in. Blakely on the year hitting 118, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs, 5 runs, 3 stolen bases. Another Another one of these young Chargers that can really pick them up and put them down out there. Big thank you to another proud sponsor of our Chargers, Dr. Joshua Blue Spears. Do you want to perform at optimum level? Come join the million other high school, college, and professional athletes and get adjusted before or after the game. For more info, follow us at JBS_chiropractic on Instagram. District champions for these Chargers, 2016, 2020, and then the last 3 years, 23, 24, 25. You just see the tide turning with this program. And I believe after we talk about district championships, pretty soon the stats are going to be talking about regional championships and potentially state championships. I asked Coach Seymour after the last game, did he ever imagine that being in the realm of possibility or in the conversation this year? And, he frankly said yes. He has an expectation of winning, and you can see it with these young ladies. And, the record speaks for itself, but even going deeper than that, deeper than the record, it's the way they've gone about it. This hasn't been a bunch of blowout wins. This has been some hard-fought, tight games that these young ladies have won. So it's been so impressive to watch them so far. So here is Blakely Standish in hitting for Finley Ram. We've seen Blakely come in with some big hits this season for the young freshman. Here leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Chargers. Quick 0-2 count here on Standish. That ball is called strike on the outside corner. JC Hernandez waits on deck. The ball's hit right to the second baseman for Standish for the first out of the game. And we're going to have a pinch hitter here for J.C. Hernandez. And it looks like that's going to be number 12, Leighton Lalonde. Another freshman. Hitting .250 on the year, 2 RBIs, 1 run. I don't know if Coach Seymour is going to reinsert anybody. But if they does, my scorebook is going to be all kinds of messed up, but that's okay. So this is Leighton Lalonde, freshman. With one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Heritage Hall 2-0. Both runs scored by Amelia Smith, one in the first inning, one in the third inning. Amelia scored in the first inning. Stolen base, ball was thrown into center field. Amelia scored from second for the first run for the Chargers. And then also, following her own double, Addie Thompson with the RBI double following that, scoring Amelia from second base. So those are the only 2 runs across the plate so far for Heritage Hall in this game. Lalonde, ball 1. Ball hit off the catcher's glove, back to the backstop. Back in play to Wells. Swung on, ball up in the zone. It's going to even the count 1-1. Coach Seymour getting some younger players here into the lineup tonight as well as managing the hacks for the seniors. Coach Seymour doing a good job getting a lot of people seeing some game rep action tonight. Ooh, that ball misses out. Ball looks like maybe one that's been a strike all night long, but it looks to be a little bit out from the corner. Running the count to 2-1. That ball is called strike. That's only strike 2. Emerson Callahan trying to rob Lalonde from her at bat. Walking to the plate with only 2 strikes. She thought it was the third. We'll give her that grace. But it is only 2-2, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Good eye there by Lalonde. Running the count full, 3-2 for the young freshman. Ball swung on, hit to the right side. It's going to be a tough play by the second baseman. We'll see. Whoa, it's going to be close. That is a nice play over there by Roby. The 4-3 put out for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring to the plate Emerson Callahan, the sophomore shortstop. Struck out in the second inning, looking for her first hit of the evening. 4 hits on the night for Heritage Hall, 1 hit on the night for Casady. 2 errors for Casady, one of them resulting in a run for Heritage Hall in the first inning. Tight ball game here on senior night at Charger Field. Ball's called strike. Down and away. As we say, Callahan came into the night hitting .340 on the year. Six doubles, 11 stolen bases. Only an hour into this game right now. Moving pretty quick. Somewhat of a pitcher's duel that we've seen so far. Ball bounces in for the first ball of the at-bat for Callahan. Once again, Heritage Hall district champions for the 3rd straight year. I believe we're going to run a streak that we're going to see for a number of years now here with this squad. That ball's right at me. I didn't flinch though, Price. You see, that's how it's done. You just stand there and take it. That was right at my face. For ball 2. Maybe I need to not talk so loud. Ball misses down and low. That's going to even up the count. Actually, it's going to bring the count full to 3-2 with 2 outs. Got Kinsey Wells on deck. We've seen a lot of big hits out of Kinsey Wells this year, along with her 12 stolen bases. 7 RBI, 13 runs scored for the Charger center fielder. Hoping to get an attempt here in the 4th inning. That ball misses in. So that's going to be a 2-out walk. Good piece of hitting right there. Good plate appearance. Good at bat by Lalonde. That's going to bring up Kinsey Wells, who lined out to the center fielder in her first at bat. So that's going to be the 3rd base on balls issued by Wells tonight. Very clean ball game for the Cyclone pitcher. 3 strikeouts, 3 base on balls. I've only given up 4 hits for this potent offense. That's doing yeoman's work, as they say. Looks like Cassidy's going to make a lineup change, or they have a question about our lineup. We'll find out here momentarily. Proud to be a part of the Charger family. Dave's Hot Chicken is here to spice up your game day. Enjoy our mind-blowing hot chicken from our newest location in Chisholm Creek. And then also Spark proudly supports Heritage Hall Athletics. Fuel your Charger pride with burgers, bites, and cold delights. Come see us before or after every big game in Chisholm Creek. Follow at Eat It Spark on Instagram for more. So it looks like the coaches have it sorted out. Coach Hoffman, Coach Seymour meeting at the plate. A great meeting of the minds, might I say. Looks like everything is situated and we're back to ready to play ball. once Wells gets in the circle. So here, this is going to be Kinsey Wells, not the Wells that needs to get in the circle. That's Brooklyn Wells for the Cyclones. This is our Wells, Kinsey Wells. Another one of the freshman phenom. Ball misses low. There's an attempt, stolen base attempt, and she's going to be in. Good job right there by Emerson Callahan for her 12th stolen base on the year, putting her in scoring position with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. We've seen Kinsey Wells do it 7 times with 7 RBI coming into this plate appearance in this at-bat. Let's see if she can put 8 in the stat books. Hit right at the shortstop. Once again, ball's on the dirt. That's going to be a tough play, and that is going to be safe. You got good wheels there on Kinsey Wells. That's going to be error number 3 on the Cyclones. But Kinsey Wells is going to reach safely, and moving up on the play is Emerson Callahan, and now at third base. So you would suspect that Coach Seymour is going to have Kinsey Wells on the move right away, trying to get 2 runners in scoring position once again, just like the Chargers did in the 3rd inning. In the 3rd inning, unable to capitalize on the runners in scoring position. So we'll see if Kinsey Wells will be on the move, and it's probably going to mean that Kendall Barris is going to take on the play, and she did. That ball's outside. Throw goes back to the pitcher. It's going to be a stolen base for Kinsey Wells. So Emerson Callahan stands at third, Wells at second. Kendall Barris flew out to the second baseman, grounded out to the shortstop in the 1st inning and 3rd inning, respectively. Getting in a chance in the 4th here to add to her RBI total of 8 on the year. That ball misses up and away for ball 2 to Barris. Barris trying to get RBI number 9 and RBI number 10 to go with that 300 batting average. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Heritage Hall looking to capitalize on more base runners and open this lead up against the Cyclones midway through this game, and that ball is hit. Almost took out Coach Seymour. I think he probably could have made that. He would have told you he could make that play, but I don't know if I'm putting money on it. He was there though. He had some footwork. He had a little quick twitch and a first step, but I still don't know if I'm putting money on it. So a loud strike for Kendall Barris. Count is 2-1 now. 5 hits on the day for the Chargers. So the official scorer has given that last one a hit. I gave it an E6, but we're going to go with the official scorer. That's going to be the 5th hit of the game. So we're going to give Kinsey Wells a single on that play. One run in the 1st for the Chargers, 1 run in the 3rd. That's it so far, and that's going to load them up for the very, very dangerous Amelia Smith. No better person that you want in the box for you right now than Amelia Smith, as Kendall Barris draws the 2-out walk, loading the bases. Amelia Smith on the day, 2 hits on the day, a single in the 1st. Run scored, a double in the 3rd, scoring as well for the only 2 Heritage Hall runs scored in this game. Looking to blow it wide open right now, and I guarantee you Amelia Smith will be aggressive early in this count if she gets the pitch she wants. She will deposit it somewhere out there. So big moment right here for the Chargers. 3 runners left on base so far in this game. She got it right there, but it's a little bit of a change-up, not the pitch she wanted. 0-1 count here on Smith. Couple bases on balls here given up by Brooklyn Wells. 4 base on balls to go along with 5 hits for the Chargers. Oh, that ball is called strike as well. So Amelia Down in this count, 0-2. Brooklyn Wells trying to get herself out of this bases-loaded jam here in the bottom of the fourth, only trailing 2-0 to the 19-0 Chargers. Ball bounces in. Amelia Smith did a good job keeping the weight back there, not fishing for that. It was a good block by the Cyclone catcher, Shaver. Nowhere to put anybody. Ball's got to stay in front of you. Amelia Smith fights off a tough pitch. Tough pitch was bounding towards the dirt. Amelia Smith was able to get barrel on it. Stay alive here in this at bat. 1-2 count. 2 outs, bottom of the fourth inning. Bases loaded for the Chargers. Callahan on third. Wells at second. Kendall Barris first base. Oh, Amelia Smith. That was a massive, that was an incredible changeup thrown there by Brooklyn Wells. Had Amelia Smith out in front of it. Heritage Hall is going to leave the bases loaded there. That's 5 runners left on base in the last 2 innings for the Chargers. That was strikeout number 4 on the day for Brooklyn Wells. So the Casady pitcher does a good job getting out of trouble on that one. Charger football bounced back with a blowout 43-6 victory over crosstown rival Millwood. The Hall dominated the Falcons in every phase of the game to wrap up a stacked non-district schedule at 2-1. They travel to North Rock Creek on Friday to face the Cougars, who've lost 2 of their first 3, 41-6 at Marlow and 45-0 at Prague. And I'm sorry, there was a win, beat Prague 45-0, lost to Holdenville 52-6 last week. This game will be aired on ChargerVision with myself and Steve Chard on the call this week. Pre-game starts at 6:40 with kickoff slated for 7 o'clock. Make sure you tune in at youtube.com/ChargerVision. It's another home game at the Pop. We always love it when we have the home contests and the energy of the jungle and everything about Heritage Hall. It's a great place to watch some football. Due up for Casady here in the top of the 5th inning. It's going to be third baseman Cami Matthews. First baseman Alice Sun, center fielder Caroline Heslett. And we also have a pitching change for the Chargers. Looks like Kiki Jobs will take over on the bump. So that was 4 complete innings for Addie Thompson, 10 strikeouts, no walks. Very efficient night for Addie Thompson. And her book will be closed on 4, and this will be Kiki Jobs' pitching circle from here on out for the next 3 innings. So just a simple day at the office for Addie Thompson. Just a mere 10 strikeouts, no hits. Excuse me, 1 hit. It's an easy day in the park for her, it seems, lately, as Kendall Barris fires one down there from her knees. So what you're going to see in Kiki Jobs is much the same that you've just seen in the first 4 innings. Hard fastball, pitcher that's going to come right at you, pound the zone, have immense control, and dominate once again. Kiki came in on the night. 7-0 on the year, .59 ERA. Thrown 35 innings. Only walked 10, struck out 60. So that tells you the 1-2 punch here for this Charger. Very successful pitching duo. That ball misses down and in. A 1-0 count. Here to Cami Matthews. Matthews was a victim of the strikeout in the 2nd inning. 0 for 1 on the day. Ball misses down 2-0. Ball swung on, fouled back. Very nice job tonight by the Cyclone pitcher, Brooklyn Wells. Has been in trouble in a couple of instances in the last 2 innings, but unable to work out of each of those to keep this game very close here in the top of the 5th. That ball's called strike 2, evening up the count, 2-2. We've seen Kiki Jobs come in on numerous occasions this year, shut down the opponent with pure dominance. The ball's fouled off. Coach Seymour was glad that wasn't him over there. Good play there by the Cyclone coach, Coach Hoffman. Ball misses down. So that runs the count full on the Cyclone third baseman. Alice Sun, the first baseman, awaits on deck, followed by the center fielder, Heslett. We've seen a couple nice plays out there in center field by Heslett. A couple of good jumps on balls. Oh, that ball's thrown right by her. Strikeout number 1. Nice hard strike there by Jobs, getting her first of the night here in the top of the 5th inning. So this brings up the first baseman, Alice Sun, struck out as well in the second inning. Second inning, the Casady hitters struck out the side. Addie Thompson struck out the side in the second and the third inning for Casady. So the next 6 hitters will have that distinction from their last at bat. Jobs starts Sun off with a nice hard strike. It's going to be strike number 2 right down the middle. That's a good job there of Kendall Barris positioning her body to give the umpire a very clear look at the strike. Good job there by Kendall Barris. Jobs up big early in the count. And that's going to be strike 3. Throws it right by Sun for the second strikeout and second out of the inning for Jobs. It's going to bring to the plate the center fielder, Caroline Heslett. Struck out looking in the second inning. That ball's straight up. Kendall Bears did a good job getting back there and finding it. That's a foul ball. As of now in the lineup, due up for the Chargers in the bottom of the 5th inning. Oh, great pitch right there. That pitch was running into the hitter, Haslett, but ended up being right over the plate. The hitter was a little fooled by that, jumping out of the way. So this is going to be an 0-2 count. Oh, came right at her with the same pitch. And that is a backwards strikeout looking there for the center fielder for the Cyclones. Great piece of pitching. Striking out the side there for Kiki Jobs. So due up as of right now, pending any lineup changes, it's going to be Addie Thompson. 1 for 1 on the night. Kiki Jobs 0 for 2 on the night. And that's going to be followed by Riley Seymour, who came in relief of Janelle Johnson. Leah Strickland and Whitney Moss Real Estate is a real estate brokerage here in the OKC Metro. Leah and Whitney are dedicated to their clients every step of the way. ChargerVision and the HH community is proud to have them as sponsors. To learn more about Leah and Whitney and their real estate brokerage, visit leahandwhitney.com. It's all about the power of 2. So a look ahead, district play will begin end of next week or the following week. Heritage Hall goes to Casady to finish out the regular season to play this Cyclone squad once again. And then it looks like we have a game that might be added on that may have been postponed from before. It looks like a 3A4 matchup on the 29th with Crossings Knights doubleheader. We'll get verification on that to see if that is indeed true. If so, that would be the final games of the regular season for the Chargers. Of course, as we said for Casady, after this one, it's Little Axe, then Heritage Hall once again, then the OKC Broncos. Okay, it was, yeah. So they're going to replay that. That game got rained out earlier in the season. So final action will be on the 29th, a double header versus the Crossings Knights. And that will be here at Charger Field. So it's going to be Addie Thompson. Drew a base on balls in the first. RBI double in the third. Starts off 1-0 here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Addie will be followed by Jobs and Seymour. Two-0 count here for Addie Thompson. Came in tonight hitting .609 on the year. Three home runs, 19 RBI. That one is called strike. Lower end of the strike zone once again. We saw that wonderful changeup by Brooklyn Wells with the bases loaded against Amelia Smith. And Addie Thompson just crushes this one. Straight up the middle for a leadoff single here in the fifth inning. Heritage Hall looking to really get it cranked up here with the bats. For Heritage Hall, that was the sixth hit of the day. Bringing up to the plate, here's Kiki Jobs. Addie Thompson with the stolen base. So that moves a runner in scoring position with no outs here in the fifth. Jobs popped out to the shortstop, reached on an error by the third baseman in the third inning. No outs here, looking for a big RBI single or, hey, RBI extra base hit will take as well. One RBI today for the Chargers coming at the double by Addie Thompson. It's a wild pitch right there that gets past the catcher, Shaver. Addie Thompson moving up to third on the play on the wild pitch. So Kiki Jobs looking to do a job right here, getting that second RBI of the day for the Chargers. And that ball misses low, 3-0. Looks like Coach Hoffman encouraging his squad. I thought he was going to make a visit out to speak with Brooklyn Wells, but just encouraging his team right now. A team that came in 5-12 overall, have allowed 9 runs, almost 10 runs per game, has held this very potent Heritage Hall offense to 2 through 4 innings. 3-0 count. I like it. Coach Seymour gave Jobs the green light. Jobs took it. She blew through that green light. So that runs the count to 3-1. Oh, good eye by Jones. Gets past the catcher, but that ball was high. So first 2 batters in the fifth inning have reached safely. It's the 5th walk of the day for the Chargers. As we said before, you expect Jobs will be on the move right here, putting it in scoring position for Riley Seymour. Riley Seymour grounded to the third baseman in her last at bat. With 2 runners on. Kiki Jobs was looking over at Coach Seymour, giving him the thumbs up from first base. Weren't really hiding that play call. Tempted bunt there by Riley Seymour, fouled off straight back. 0-1 count here on the freshman outfielder. Seymour fouls it off. 0-2 count. Want to see the young player put something in play right here. Give our runners a chance to advance. It's like Blakely Standish awaits on deck. Blakely came in the bottom of the 4th inning for her first at bat, replacing Finley Ram. That ball misses outside, and that ball is thrown through. No slide on the play once again. Assumed that ball would not be thrown through, so no slide on the play by Kiki Jobs, but she reaches safely. So runners in scoring position now for the Chargers. 2 on the pond. Trying to do anything to increase this lead over a very scrappy Cyclones team tonight. Ball bounces in. A lot of balls, hard hit balls tonight by the Chargers. Hit right at defenders, and defenders making good plays. 2 errors on the day for the Cyclones. One of them coming with a catcher throwing stolen base attempt into center field. And the other one on a ball just kind of rolling up on the third baseman's arm just a little bit. Matthews was unable to get it across the diamond in time, and that ball misses low. So Riley Seymour, very good quality at bat. Let's run this count all the way full. There is a base open at first base. No outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Heritage Hall threatening. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, the runner decided to move on the play. Addie Thompson came. We've already, oh no, we had 2 runners on the base at the same time. We're going to figure out what's going on here. We're going to figure out what we're called. We may have had 2 runners on the base at the same time. I'm not sure. Addie Thompson broke on the play. Addie Thompson broke on the ball, hit right to the third baseman, which is not usually advised, but as she ran home, she turned around and retreated back to third base, as you saw, and the throw back to the third baseman bounded off. It looked for a second like Kiki Jobs had already arrived at third base standing on the base, and both of them stood on the base at the same time, which would not have been allowed, of course. But Kiki Jobs was able to get back, and so now we've got no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and bases are loaded. Riley Seymour stands at first, Kiki Jobs at second, Addie Thompson at third. And that's going to bring up Blakely Standish. A couple of good RBIs this year for Blakely Standish on games we called. She has 5 RBI on the year, looking to add to that total significantly right now. Blakely came in for Finley Ram in the 4th inning, flew out to the second baseman. You'd like to see this ball get on the ground and get on the ground in a hurry. Looks like they're going to send in a pinch runner for Kiki Jobs. Don't have that number on our roster. We'll get it. We'll get you a name if we possibly can. A couple of different jerseys being worn in the last few games. So here it is. Blakely Standish stands in, ready to do some damage. Open this game up for the Chargers. We are in territory in the 5th inning where put enough on the board and they'll call it ball game. Standish, aggressive right there on the first pitch. It is fouled off to the right side. But the young Standish stood in there and took a hack. Four strikeouts for this Heritage Hall offense today. Ball bounces in. Good eye by Standish. Sometimes with young players in these situations, you get out there and you see all your teammates standing free on bags. Get a little anxiety, a little anxious, start jumping out there on balls trying to go get it. So you can do some damage. So good job that there by young Standish. Good eye. Ball misses just off the corner. 2-1 count here on Blakely. A hush has fallen over the crowd. I think they're ready for a big explosion by this Charger offense. Ball misses down. Nowhere to put Standish. Runs the count to 3-1 here. Leighton Lalodny on deck here for the Chargers. She came in for J.C. Hernandez in the 4th inning as well. That ball misses down. That's going to be run number 3 for Heritage Hall. That is going to be an RBI for Standish. Drawing the bases loaded. Walk. So Addie Thompson's going to score on the play. Kiki Jobs, pinch runner, is going to move up to third base. And then Riley Seymour now standing at second. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Heritage Hall adds one more. No hits in this inning. Excuse me, I take that back. Addie Thompson led off the inning with a hit. Following that, 2 base on balls and then a fielder's choice. Oh, that's a good swing. Swung on, just missed. That ball bounding away, down and in on Lalodny. Lalodny who grounded out to the second baseman in her last at-bat, last inning in the 4th. Emerson Callahan awaits on deck. Sixth walk of the day for Brooklyn Wells. Ball misses up and out, evening the count at 1-1. Jacobs, Douglas, and Bard due up for Casady in the top of the 6th. That ball's popped up. Second baseman calling for it. It's a good job over there by Roby. So once again, that's another 4-3 put out for Lalodny for the first out of the inning. Bases still loaded. Remember, Heritage Hall left 1 stranded in the 2nd, left 2 stranded in the 3rd, left 3 stranded in the 4th. Left the bases loaded with nothing. Coach Seymour really wanting to see some runs across the plate here on this one. 1 out now, bottom of the 5th inning. Callahan drew the base on balls her last at bat, struck out in the 2nd. Nice changeup right there out in front of that one. Beautiful pitch by Wells. Lalodny swings on. See, I knew he could make that play. I don't know if the camera's caught it. That's Coach Seymour over there getting perfect fielding position. Fields it on the little hop. I think he tried to field it on the big hop, but decided just to lag back. Just get it on that little hop. So 0-2 count here on Callahan. Oh. Another changeup. Ooh, just barely missed. That ball was just a little up. Just a little bit up. Great changeup there by Wells. We saw her, like we said, same pitch against Amelia Smith back in the third inning with the bases loaded. Excuse me, fourth inning with the bases loaded. So this is a 1-2 count. I believe that count is wrong. Let's see here. I think our Charger, I think our game changer had already rung her up on that pitch. So this is going to be 2-2 here for Callahan. Ball misses out. Nowhere to put Callahan. Runs the count full once again. Standish sits at first. Riley Seymour at second. Pinch runner on third base. Nowhere to put the Charger shortstop. And it misses. And that's going to be ball four. So the second run of the inning via bases loaded walk here for the Chargers. Just one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Everybody moves up a base. Looks like Callie Fielding, number 4, is coming in to hit for the center fielder Wells. Seventh walk on the day for the Cyclone pitcher, Brooklyn Wells, to 4 strikeouts. So now we have Callahan at first, Blakely Standish on second. Riley Seymour moves up to third. Bases loaded still for the Chargers. Just one out. Callie Fielding here to hit for Kinsey Wells. Leadoff hitter Kendall Barris on deck. Callie Fielding on the year, hitting .222, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs, 4 runs scored, 1 stolen base. Our scorebook is getting a little sloshed up, if you will. Here's Callie. Callie looking to make a big dent to really break this game open. Heritage Hall now leading by the score of 4-0. A big hit here with only 1 out in the 5th inning. Start getting us close to where we want to be and getting out of this ball game early. It's ball 1 there on Fielding. Ball's hit, but popped up to the second baseman. Everybody's back. So the second 4-3 putout of the inning is both outs here in this inning. And that's going to bring to the plate Kendall Barris, who's had an at-bat in each of the last 3 innings. Grounded out to the shortstop in the 3rd. Drew the base on balls in the 4th. Looking to do something with the bases loaded here in the 5th. The dangerous Amelia Smith on deck. Ball misses, gets away from the catcher. Oh, Riley Seymour, I thought there for a second she was going to give it a look. Hesitated just a little bit, retreated back to third base. That's going to be ball 1 here on Kendall Barris. Pass ball almost costly for the Cyclones. Able to be no harm, no foul. Ball misses down again. Wells is really struggling with that control right now. 3 walks already in the inning for Wells. Came into the game, into the inning with 4, now stands at 7. Struggling to find that place, and that ball is hit right at the shortstop. Throws it over to second base for the 3rd out. And Heritage Hall leaves them loaded once again. As we said, Left 2 runners on in the third, 3 in the fourth, and 3 in the fifth. So Heritage Hall having a tough time capitalizing on these bases loaded situations. We're going to take a break. You are watching Heritage Hall softball right here on the ChargerVision Network.
When you walk into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country, standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
Hey, get game day ready with Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Dr. Matt Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, accelerating their return to play and maximizing performance through coordinated training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehab, and imaging. With years of medical and surgical expertise, Dr. Dieselhorst gets Oklahoma athletes back on the field. Hey, Charger pride for Heritage Hall's 3 National Merit semifinalists, Stavros Crescent, Audrey Flynn, and Finn Martin. These academically talented seniors scored among the top 16,000 out of 1.3 million juniors who took the PSAT last year. About 95% of the semifinalists are expected to attain finalist standing after an application process, and about half of those will win a National Merit Scholarship, earning the prestigious Merit Scholar title next spring. Congratulations, Stavros, Audrey, and Finn. What an accomplishment. What a great accomplishment for those 3 young Chargers. Great job, guys. That ball swung on and missed. Leading off top of the 6th here for Cyclones, Abigail Jacobs, right field. Struck out in the 3rd. Nice hard strike by Kiki Jobs. That one got in on her hands. I thought that was going to grab her hands right there, but it didn't. She was able to get bat on it, but that's going to be an 0-2 count here early on the right fielder for the Cyclones. A single in the first inning by Brooklyn Wells. And then 2 groundouts, one to J.C. Hernandez, one to Amelia Smith. And that was the only other balls in play tonight for the Cyclones. We've got some defensive changes now, looks like, for Heritage Hall. I see Amelia Smith has moved over to second base. Ooh, ball's up and in. Riley Seymour playing third base right now in place of Amelia Smith. That ball misses just outside. Evens up the count, 2-2. Kiki Jobs in relief for Addie Thompson. Addie Thompson, 4 strong innings. Oh, yes. That ball was by her. That is a strike. That is strike 3 for the right fielder, Woods. That's going to be strikeout number 4 for Kiki Jobs. That's going to bring to the plate left fielder Dee Dee Douglas, struck out in the 3rd inning, looking. Addie Thompson, like I said, 4 complete innings, 10 strikeouts, no base on balls. Another great outing for Addie. Great outing already for Kiki Jobs. Just pounding the strike zone, 0-1 here on the Cyclone left fielder. You're welcome. Count's even up at 1-1. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Heritage Hall in charge, 4-0. Scored 2 last inning. Left the bases loaded, but not until after scoring 2 on bases loaded walks. Oh, and that bat gets out of the hands right there of Dee Dee Douglas. That could be dangerous. Didn't travel too far, though, because she was almost checking her swing on that one. Full swing might have been trouble over there for Riley Seymour at third base. But that's going to be a 1-2 count. Oh, and that ball is put on the ground right past Seymour, off the glove of Callahan. We'll see what the official ruling on that is. That's only the fourth ball put in play tonight for the Cyclones. Been ruled a hit by D.D. Douglas, so that's going to be the second hit of the day for Casady. Very generous home scorebook tonight. I like it. I like it. Shortstop Bard now hitting for the Cyclones. Quick strike. That ball's popped up. Being called for by Callahan. Callahan takes it all of herself, and the Casady runner never got back, and she is going to be doubled off at first base to end the inning just like that. So good play by Callahan, taking it all the way, and then throwing back to double off Douglas at first base. Douglas was running on the play. So Douglas is cut down. We move into the bottom of the sixth inning. Heritage Hall up 4-0. Thompson and Kiki Jobs. Trying to get an update on what Kendall Bears did her last at bat here. Grounded into the fielder's choice, that's right. It was the 6-4 put out over there at second base. I failed to write that one down, so had to check with our crack statisticians out here. So yes, it will be Amelia Smith. 2 for 3 on the night, followed by Addie Thompson and Kiki Jobs. Shop at Charger Corner for all the latest Charger gear. Did you know all profits go directly to classrooms and programs like ChargerVision? Show your Charger pride with great gear and support our students in Richmond. The store is open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on school days. Follow at the Hall Charger Corner on Insta to find out about products and specials. And order online via the link in our bio. There's never been a better time to get your Charger pride on. So been an interesting ball game so far. A lot of aggressive swinging. We go back to the keys to victory. The Joe Cooper Auto Group keys to victory. Dominating the pitcher's circle, we have seen nothing but that. Only 4 balls in play, 2 hits, 2 groundouts all night long from Casady. You look at the strikeout totals from our pitchers. It's 14 between Addie Thompson and Kiki Jobs. So we've definitely dominated the circle. Aggressive offense, swung the bats. Coming in, 6 hits so far, 4 runs. Left a bases loaded in each of the last 2 innings, and that ball is swung on by Amelia Smith. Hit right at the center fielder. We've seen that tonight. Great job out there by Heslett. Amelia, very aggressive swing right out of the gate. Hit a ball on a rope out there to the center fielder. We've seen that a couple of times. Good play out there by Heslett. So that's going to bring to the plate Addie Thompson. 2 for 2 on the night. 1 RBI, 1 base on balls. Addie swings on, pops it up. First baseman's son is calling it. She is called off by the pitcher, Brooklyn Wells. She acquiesces over there at first base, and Wells is able to glove it for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Kiki Jobs. Kiki Jobs 1 for 2. Base on balls. Flew out to the shortstop in the first. Error reached by Error in the third inning. Swings on quick. This is 3 quick pitches, and that inning is over. That is a 3-pitch inning. You don't see that very often. So Casady's going to get out of the inning. We're going to take a break. You're watching Heritage Hall Softball right here on the ChargerVision Network.
When you walk into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country, standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
Well, it's been a great ball game here, Charger Field. Remember, stick with us after the broadcast. It's senior night here at Heritage Hall. We'll go to the PA and we'll broadcast the senior announcements and the senior night festivities following the conclusion of this game. Stay tuned momentarily also for the Seth Wadley Auto Family Power Promise Player of the Game. We're tabulating all of the votes now. There's only 2 votes, but we're tabulating them. Let you know momentarily. A lot of willing participants, a lot of willing effort tonight. Oh, that's strike 2. 2 hard strikes. Or was that the first strike? Yeah, that was the second strike. 2 hard strikes right there by Kiki Jobs. To the second baseman, Grace Roby. Takes a little bit off of it right there. Good eye by Roby. Roby's going to be followed by Wells on deck. And the catcher, Shaver, awaits after that. We're in the top of the 7th inning. 7th and final inning, hopefully. Chargers going into the 7th with a 4-0 win. 4-0 lead. 2-1 count here on the Cyclone second baseman. It's been all Jobs in the 5th, 6th, and 7th. Hasn't given up anything. That ball is swung on. It's fielded by Seymour on the run. Nice throw over there to Addie Thompson. Addie Thompson gloves it for the first out of the inning. Nice 5-3 put out by the freshman Riley Seymour. This brings to the plate Brooklyn Wells, single in the first inning. Grounded out to the third baseman in the 4th. Only 2 outs remain here for the Cyclones in this ball game. Ooh, nice hard strike. Don't know where that one missed. Kendall Barris looks back just to get some verification. It is called a ball. Been a good job all around tonight behind the plate. All of the officiating in the field as well. Got them all right. That ball fouled straight back. Brooklyn Wells was all over that one, fouled it straight back and deep into the parking lot. Evening up the count 1-1. Like we said, 5 seniors on this roster. Kendall Barris, Amelia Smith, Addie Thompson, Kiki Jobs, Finley Ram. Oh, took some off of it right there. Had her in front. So that moves the count to 1-2. Heritage Hall clinging to a 4-run lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Heritage Hall looking for a win tonight, which would break the school record for all-time wins in a single season. That number would be 20. And even more impressive than the overall win total of 20 would be that these young ladies have rattled off a record of 20-0, 20 in a row. Boy, I had to coin that one. That's pretty good right there. That needs to be some kind of rap or something, Preston. 20 in a row, 20-0. Pretty impressive stat. Been such a joy talking to all of these young ladies, and when we're able to interview them after games, and then also the interview we've been able to get with Coach Seymour after every contest. just really getting an insight into where their heads are when it comes to this playoff run and what do they really believe in. That's going to be the first walk of the game for Kiki Jobes. That's a one-out walk to Brooklyn Wells. So that's going to bring to the plate the catcher, Caitlin Shaver. Very efficient from both of our hurlers tonight in the circle. First walk given up. You'll take that all night long. Good hard strike on pitch number 1 to the at-bat of the catcher Shaver. Counts even up at 1-1. Cami Matthews, the third baseman, awaits on deck for the Cyclones. Cyclones down to the final 2 outs here in this ball game should they not be able to put any kind of offensive rally together. That ball's called strike. Running away from the hitter. Jobes looking for her 5th strikeout of the night. Standing at a 1-2 count here. And that ball is called strike 3. Just paints the outside corner with that pitch. Beautiful pitch and virtually unhittable. So that's going to be strikeout number 5. Casady is down to their last out. It's going to be third baseman Cami Matthews. Strikeout in the 2nd, strikeout in the 5th. That ball's hit right to Addie Thompson, who picks it up, steps on first. And that's a ball game. Heritage Hall with win number 20 on the year. Another shutout for this Heritage Hall squad, who came in tonight only giving up less than a half a run per game. Only 8 runs allowed on the season, and they keep that total at the same number following a 4-0 shutout tonight. So this is a great win by the Chargers. We're going to take a break. We're going to be right back, and we're going to wrap it up. We're going to name our Seth Wadley Auto Power Promise Player of the Game, and then we'll get right to the senior festivities. You've been watching Heritage Hall softball right here on ChargerVision.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? It means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings. And that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500, or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. I love Joe, Oklahoma.
The elite always work to get better. So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up, because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. And for that reason, Saints march on.
And we're back. Great ball game. Great win for Heritage Hall here on senior night. The total is Heritage Hall 4, the Casady Cyclones 0. And we would like to congratulate Amelia Smith once again for our Seth Wadley Auto Power Promise Player of the Game. Amelia just came out here and, you know, take the stats aside for a minute. It's just the energy level at which she plays. You'll see Amelia Smith, this, you know, a senior, contributing senior, and Amelia was a young lady that didn't even play her first 2 years at Heritage Hall, but yet still shows up all in the career record books. You know, Amelia on the night was 2 for 4. She scored 2 runs. You know, she had the big double back in the 3rd inning that got really the 3rd inning started. After, you know, she scored the first run, she hit a single in the 1st inning, stole second base. That ball was thrown into center field. Amelia was able to score from second. Then she led off the 3rd with a double. Ended up scoring on the double by Addie Thompson. so scoring the first 2 runs of the game and also 2 hits on the night. So our Seth Wadley Power Promise player of the game is none other than Amelia Smith, and I think that's her second, maybe second of the 4 or 5 broadcasts that we've had so far that we've been lucky. I believe we've had Amelia twice now. We've had Addie Thompson once and Kiki Jobs once. So great job to that young lady. We're not going to do interviews tonight just because of senior night and after they finish their talk down the field, I believe the girls are going to line up and they'll do some announcements and whatnot. So we're not going to have interviews with Coach Seymour or with Amelia Smith tonight, but we do want to congratulate both of them on a wonderful ball game. Just rounding it out here, Heritage Hall ended up with 6 hits on the night, scored 4 runs, no errors, scored a run in the first, runs in the third, 2 runs in the fifth, which accounted for the 4. Heritage Hall did leave the bases loaded twice in this game in the last 2 innings, but still were able to escape. You know, you feel like you think escape only 4-0. I mean, the ball, it would just seem like it was such a bigger dominant performance in that. Didn't necessarily show up on the scoreboard like we would have liked with all of the runners left on base, but still a very good win here for the Chargers. Casady on the other hand, no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors on the night. The Casady moves to 5-13 overall on the year. Like we said, Heritage Hall moves to 20-0. Boy, those are totals that we haven't seen with many squads at all anywhere on campus at any time here at Heritage. So quite an accomplishment. If you haven't had an opportunity, if you're out there and you've been watching the broadcast and you haven't had an opportunity to come here and watch these young ladies perform, you are missing out. We invite you to come out for district action that's coming up here in a week or 2, and then also regional action in 2 weeks, and then on the run to the state tournament. So we invite you to come out. We always want you to watch ChargerVision, but if you can't make it to the ballpark, we want to see you on ChargerVision, and we appreciate your patronage. That's going to be a wrap right here. We're not going anywhere, though. We're going to leave it here as the Heritage Hall Senior Night gets underway, but it has been a pleasure to be with you. This is Justin Evans, and you have been watching a broadcast of ChargerVision right here for Heritage Hall Softball. Thank you, and have a good night.
Hello everyone, and
right here,
welcome to
or the
tonight's celebration
huh?
of our 6th 2025 seniors. Our first senior tonight is Kendall Barris.
Do I follow the player or the family?
Her mom, Tara, her stepdad, Scott, her dad, Rick, and her siblings. Kendall has played softball for 16 years and has been on the HH softball team since freshman year. Her primary position is catcher, and if you've seen her catch those one pictures and have seen her throw downs, you know she is the beast behind the plate. Kendall shares her favorite softball memories by the jam sessions with the team before the games, and says she's really going to miss those. Her highlights include winning regionals with some of her favorite teammates. Her advice to the younger girls: enjoy the wins and losses. Even though you might lose, you're losing with some of the best girls that you'll ever have. She would like to thank her family for the endless nights at the ballparks, all the practices they have taken her to, and the support they have given her. She would also like to thank Coach Seymour for believing in her since she came to HH. Kendall will be attending Oklahoma State University and was accepted into the pre-med veterinary program. Senior Kendall Barris. Our next senior tonight is Kiki Jobs. Kiki is accompanied by her mom, Deborah, and her dad, Bobby. Kiki has played softball for 12 years and has been an incredible member of the team this year, playing pitcher and first base. This D1 commit has the most incredible energy that is palpable every time she steps on the field.
Okay.
Kiki shared that her favorite softball memories include all the bus rides, the way Janelle says Charger Pride, and throwing a ball at Seymour with Coach Webb purposely missing it. Her highlights include hitting 700s, and this year's team setting the all-time school record for most wins in a row. She will miss the feeling of celebrating big wins and big plays, cheering on her girls, and getting to dance on the field. Kiki will miss the pregame prayer and dugout chants. Her guidance to her younger teammates is to have fun. It goes by way too fast to be caught up on the little mistakes. Leave everything on the field every single time and be loud. She would like to thank her parents for their love, support, and sacrifices. She would like to thank the best coaches ever for believing in her, guiding her, and being there for her. She would also like to thank her teammates, aka the family. She says, this season has been so much fun, and I have gathered so many true friendships. You guys are beyond amazing, and I feel like I have been here for years. Kiki will attend the University of Missouri at Kansas City, where she will be playing softball, and hopes to become an ultrasound technician, and someday a wife and a mom. Senior Kiki Jobs. Our next senior is Janelle Johnson. Janelle is a young woman with a true heart who lifts up the whole team. She's accompanied tonight by her mom, April, and her dad, Derek. She's played softball for 3 years and plays left field. Janelle shared that her favorite softball memory was making friends playing middle school softball, and her highlights include pitching 6 balls in the outfield freshman year. She will miss the sonic stops during the long bus rides back to school after the games. Her advice for the younger players is not take for granted all the little moments you have with all of your friends. She would like to thank her parents for sacrificing their time and money to make sure she has the best resources to push herself and become the best person she can be. After graduation, Janelle plans to attend college and get her degree. Senior Janelle Johnson. Stepping up next, let's hear it for our senior, Finley Ram. Finley is accompanied tonight by her mom, Kathleen, and her dad, Peter. Finley has been a true spark at Heritage Hall, playing softball her first year and then keeping the energy alive as team manager this season. There is no one quite like our Finley. One of her top highlights, smashing an infield home run in the second game. But what Finley will remember most is the energy of the dugout and how this team has always felt like family. Her advice to the underclassmen, stay positive and don't let your attitude take you out of the game. Finley wants to thank her teammates, her coaches, and especially her parents for always being there, cheering her on, and supporting her every step of the way. After graduation, she's headed off to college to earn her degree, and we know she'll knock it out of the park there too. Let's give it up one more time for our senior, Finley Ram. Our next senior is Amelia Smith. Amelia has played softball for 16 years and has been a vital member of the team this year as a true utility, playing third base, shortstop, and center field. Amelia shared that her favorite softball memory was Nationals in Iowa with her mom. This trip was such a memorable week for her, and also where she hit her first Grand Slam. She says what is special about this team is that with them, everything and every play becomes a highlight. She will miss the people the most, the teammates who became family, the coaches who believed in her, and the community who supported the team. She says she'll miss the feeling of walking on the field and being a part of something bigger than herself. Her advice to her younger players is not to get too attached to your future. It's important to have goals and dreams, but don't let them blind you from enjoying the journey. The practices, the friendships, the little moments, those are the things you look back on with the most pride and joy. Amelia would like to thank her mom for always believing in her and supporting her, her father for working hard to provide her with opportunities to thrive, and her sister for making her want to be the best version of herself. She also wants to thank the coaches at Heritage Hall for helping her find her love of the game again. She plans to attend a service academy where she will major in biology and achieve her goal of being a physician's assistant. Senior, Amelia. Last but not least, our final senior of the night is senior Addison Thompson. Addie is accompanied by her mom, Michelle, and her stepdad, Zane. Another D1 unit on this historic team, and she was leader on and off the field. Addie has been a Charger softball player for 5 years, playing pitcher and first base with excellence. Addie's accomplishments are amazing, so hear this. The University of Michigan commit has set the record in single game strikeouts, season strikeouts, career strikeouts, season wins, career wins, season batting average, career average, hits, and doubles. She has led the team to becoming district champions and regional champions. Her favorite memory of Charger softball was winning her first high school game against Fred Egg her freshman year. She will miss the little moments, seeing her family show up at every single game, and never getting to play high school softball with that group of girls again. Addie's advice to the younger players is to enjoy every moment. Seasons will fly by in the blink of an eye, and one day senior night won't just be like any other night. She says, I would like to thank my mom, Zane, and sisters for always supporting me. Your love and guidance.
Do I need to record anything else?
The tough times as well as the good. I would also like to thank my dad in heaven. I carry you in my heart always, and I strive to make you proud. Addie will be attending the University of Michigan, where she will carry on her softball career. We'll be following your journey, Addie, with incredible pride and love. Senior, Addie Thompson.
Yeah.
Also, a quick message from their coach, George Seymour. We wanted to thank the senior class for their commitment to the program. Their maturity, determination, emotion, and leadership has been monumental for the success. He has laughed with them, yelled at them, cried with them, and prayed for them, and hopefully he'll get to raise the state championship trophy because of them. This will be the senior class that he will talk about for the rest of his life and will never forget. Thank you, ladies, for everything. Congratulations to our incredible senior class of 2025 for leading us in this historic record-breaking season for Heritage Hall. You have meant so much to this team, and while we'll miss you deeply next year, we're grateful for every moment we still get to share with you. And guess what? The journey isn't over. Still got big goals to chase and ready to finish strong with you leading the way. Once a Charger, always a Charger. Give it up one more time for this senior class.